Hello, hello. Welcome to Chalkin History with Shelly Kallach. I'm Shelly Kallach. I hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend. It's Friday night and we are live. So if you see that red live box at the top left corner of your screen, say hello and chat with me while we chalk. And if not, you're catching the replay and I appreciate you stopping by. Give us a you see today, we are playing with our May Club Couture transfer shipment today. Okay. I am going to get some things sprinkled out here. Going. Okay, for those of you that have signed up for my text messaging system, you should have gotten a text. It will come from 513-717-5533. If you would like to be a part of that, go ahead and comment or text the word chalk to that 513-717-5533. There's just a couple little questions you need to fill in, and then you'll be all set to go. We're gonna sprinkle to a couple more places and then we'll get started. This is the May Club Couture. It is called Old School Legend. Okay. I think we're all set. Make sure you guys say hello to me. Let me know you're checking it out. Now, I totally wanted to do something different tonight. I wanted to do the club, but I had found this rust finish kit. It says transforms any paintable surface in minutes, and it gives there's like 3 different kits. One's a green patina, and then one is more of a bluish gray patina finish, and this is a rust finish. However, I didn't realize it's quite the process, so we're not going to be able to do this. But what I might do is tomorrow, I may like prep the surface. I'm going to do it because like the first step, let's see, you have to spray. It says prime surface with 2 coats of the primer, and you have to allow 30 minutes between and 12 hours for the final dry. So this is going to be quite a process. So I actually have more of these surfaces that are not from Couture. It's just, and you'll see what type of surface I'm talking about. But I have more, so I'm going to experiment on a different surface, but it will be of the same type. So be waiting for that. We'll do something Americana on that. I think that'll be cool. Okay, so we need your fuzzing cloth. And here's our kit. It's called Old School Legend. And I'll tilt that up a little bit for you. It's pretty cool. It says old school, superpower, nice old-fashioned truck, legend, live free, ride faster. So that's the transfer. If you were to subscribe this month for the very first time, you'll get that transfer. You'll get these 3 paste packets, black velvet, cherry, and colonial blue. You'll also get a free mini squeegee to get you started. And then this month's kit comes with a tin sheet. Okay, so I have, like I said, I have more of these. Not, like I said, not from Couture. I don't think mine have holes in it. I think mine are more like a stand, so it has like a little kickstand that'll keep it up. But that's the surface you'll get for part of the shipment, okay? Now, because we're going to be playing on tin, we need to fuzz our transfer so very well. We could try waxing the surface, and that might help. I don't know if the wax will dull the finish or not, or if it'll just come right off when I buff it. We can try to see what happens. So let's give it a try. Just gonna get out my wax. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna get out my wax. This one's dry. I'm gonna use a different one. I think I need to like melt that or something. Let's get this one out. This one's a little softer. I'm just gonna do kind of a corner. Okay, you see how it kind of dulled that? It did dull the finish. Pick it up. So it did kind of dull that corner, but let's take a paper towel to it and let's see if when we're buffing, if it totally comes all the way off or if it does in fact leave a layer and your shininess comes back. I don't know, I can't tell. It does not feel waxy. Maybe a little bit. And it is kind of still shiny down there. I don't know. We could try. Let's try. See what happens. I'm just applying the wax with my little dauber. This is easier for my hands. Put that aside so you can see. Definitely a duller finish, but it does have some shine to it. I'm gonna just lightly buff this. We're still gonna go ahead and fuzz our transfer a little bit. Okay, we're gonna see if this helps. Because whenever you put a transfer on a slippery surface like that, like glass or plastic or tin, it tends to really want to stick because of the adhesive that we have on the back. Okay, so we have to dull that a bit. All right, this is Old School Legend, and this is the May 24 Club Couture. So first time, when you sign up for the first time, even if you've been a member and you've canceled and it's been a while, when you resubscribe, you'll get that free squeegee, okay, with your first shipment, which is always nice to have. I love my little minis. Okay, let's go ahead and pull that off. We're gonna fuzz. So you want some type of a terry cloth so that you can fuzz your transfer a little bit. You want to get some of that tackiness off. You don't want it brand new. And your tackiness will come back once you get it all washed up and back on its backer sheet. So don't worry about that. You can never really wash it off. You can never fuzz it off enough. If you leave it sitting overnight in water, then yeah, it's going to dissolve. So don't do that. So if you're going to wash it, let it sit in a water bath for like half a minute and then it'll come nice and clean. Okay. All right, that's good. We're going to put this aside. All right, so you have holes up there. So in case you want to hang it, if you have wire or some twine. So I'm going to kind of just, you can see it sticks once it hits the surface. So we're going to try to center this. I want to say it's close to the exact size of the transfer here. Let's see. It is exactly the same width of our transfer. So we can go corner to corner. Okay. I'm going to kind of get it edge to edge here. And we're going to kind of smooth it out here. This piece wanted to not cooperate. Okay. I'm just going to kind of roll this down. I'm pressing down the center, right? Because we want at least the center to stick, and then I'll push out. All right, we want this to lay nice and flat. If you come across a wrinkle, then we're going to kind of lift that. I'm going to take it down to the corner here. I'll lift it back up, and then we're going to kind of coax it back down. There we go. Feel a little bit on this corner, so let's get that up. And then we're going to kind of coax that down nice and flat. Okay. It is a tad crooked, and that's just going to bug me to no end. So let's go ahead and try to fix that here. Get it even with the bottom. There we go. There we go. Now we're gonna, oopsie, look at that. It just went right back. Okay, perfect. Lots of wrinkles over here. Bring this back up. Sometimes it is easier just applying it on an angle. There we go. All right, I think that's good. I'm gonna just rub to make sure there's nothing going on. There is down this corner here. Okay. All right. You wanna make sure you're nice and flat against that tin sheet. Also, make sure you handle that with care, because that can get pretty sharp, and if that cuts, that does not feel good. All right, so be careful. All right. Okay. So we have our black velvet. We have our cherry. You will get all these colors in your singles, and we have our colonial blue. I might switch out that colonial blue with retro. We have not played with our color of the month yet. I say we switch it out, okay? But you'll originally get these three colors in the single packs. Let's get this guy open. Ooh, that's a cool blue. Okay, let's put the colonial back. All right. I'm going to try not to get so messy. All right, we're just going to wipe all that left over on the lid back in the jar. If you place orders of $75 or more, you are able to put up to 3 jars of the color of the month in your cart before checking out, which is awesome. Especially when it's really cool colors. Like Pucker last month, that was awesome. I got my 3. And I definitely got my 3 of the retro, because I think this would be good for spring, Easter, of course, Americana type projects. I think anything like that, you'll be able to use that blue. Okay, it's called Retro. And how perfect. We're doing a kind of like a retro project. Okay. Now we have to figure out where we want colors here. So what color should we make our truck? Trying to think, should we make a nice red truck? I think we should do a red truck. I'm gonna get some squeegees here. See what we need here. Let's grab a multi-tool too. It gets kind of small down here, so I think that's good. All right, we're gonna go with a red truck. So I'm gonna start at the top then, and we're gonna work our way down. So as we chalk, we're gonna paste and pull. So we're gonna paste a section and then pull up our transfer. Let's start with, I think I'm gonna do old school legend in our retro. So let's start with old school. Okay. This is such a pretty color. All right, and you're just dragging your squeegee, which has chalk paste loaded on it, over whatever section of the design you want that color, okay? And you really just have to stay around that design part. Okay, put excess back. Let's go ahead and get, all that excess off. All right, put that back in the jar. And then we're gonna pull up. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I like that color. How fun is that? Let's hit that with our dryer. In the description of the video, you'll see all kinds of links to accessories, how you can sign up for the club, how you can get 30% off all your purchases, and if you want to be considered a designer, you can get 40% off. So all the links are there. If you have any questions at all, please do not be afraid to ask. Otherwise, if you want to go ahead and comment club, I will also help you get subscribed. I love our club, and we've changed it quite a bit, because now every month it'll be a different surface. It's not always going to be a wood cutout. Sometimes it could be ink packets. So they're really switching things up, which I really love. All right. Sweet. We're going to just let this lay back down. And we want to make sure there's no air bubbles. Okay. Press that down. And we're just going to let it sit there. Okay. Let me push. Oh no. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. Be careful. Make sure you don't run into the paste like I just did. We're going to cover that up, so hopefully that'll get covered up. All right, we're going to do our car red. We'll do superpower in black. Okay, so again, we're going to do sections at a time. So let's get our cherry loaded up here. Try not to run into other colors. Try to go over that blue. There's also teeny tiny little lines under the car. I'm just going to keep those red because that will be too much work trying to not hit those, because knowing me, I'm going to hit them. So we're just going to kind of There we go. I love these old time cars and trucks. That's kind of cool. Wonder what year this car is, or I guess it's a truck. I wonder what year this pickup is from. Can anyone tell me that? Anybody know their trucks? Okay, getting off that excess there. Back in our jar. I am just getting blue everywhere. I'm not quite sure how I'm doing it. All right, let's pick up some black. We're gonna do Superpower. Very little. You use very, very little paste. It goes a long way. Okay. Put that back. And we're going to take the transfer and we're going to pull it up. All right. Sweet. Let's go ahead and get that dry. You know, sometimes I think it's hard to chalk on tin, but this is really turning out very well. Depends what colors you use. Some colors are going to really show up and some colors won't. I wonder if I should do the rust technique after we've chalked. Maybe that's what we need to do. Okay. Now we're going to kind of just, like I said, we're going to let that just fall. We're not going to press it down because we've already chalked that part. Hello, Jenny Craft and Kim. How are you guys? Okay, I'm going to try not to get my fingers in that cherry red. Okay, Legend we're doing in our retro blue. Really trying to stay away from those lines if I can. Sometimes it's just inevitable that you're going to hit those spots that you don't want to hit. Okay, let's try to get some of this excess off the squeegee here and into the jar. I just scrape it on there. Take off whatever we can here. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Let's go ahead and pull that up. I just don't want it to dry on me. If it dries in your mesh, that means it won't be dry on your surface. So you want to make sure that you don't let it sit too long. Otherwise it will dry in the mesh. Okay? And we don't want that. Everything's water soluble, so if you really made a whole lot of mistakes, you could definitely just wash that piece of tin off and start over. Wash your transfer, make sure it's good and dry, and then fuzz again and start over. I should give this to my dad. He's going to be 84 in June, early June. I would say he's a legend. See if I have any small numbers. I can put the number 84 on it. That'd be fun. Okay. Let that fall. All right. Last section, guys. All right, so I think I'm going to do Live Free with this little, it's a tire with wings. I'm going to do this line in black, and I think the checkerboard in black, and then we're going to say Ride Faster in red. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so black, because I want to bring in more black. So that's where I'll do that. I'm going to hit the tops of the letters first. And then we're going to hit the bottom. Okay, I'm going to scrape that off. And we're going to come back and just really make sure that's worked in there. Okay, by you pushing, because we're trying to get any excess off, that will push that down. We can go ahead and do the checkerboard too. There's a little piece I missed. There we go. There we go. All right, excess back. Then I'm going to grab my multi-tool, and we're just going to do Ride Faster in red. Trying to work faster so that nothing dries on me. All right, go across to get that excess off. Okay. Ah, boy, that blue just wants to get all over me. Okay, guys, here's the pool. The final pool. Go slow in case you miss something. Oh my gosh, how fun is that? Yay! I like it. I like it. I'll probably use like a black twine probably to hang it. Let's get it dried up. What do you guys think? I'm gonna tilt it up a little bit so you don't see the glare so much. I love it. So cool. What do you guys think? Now, if you didn't want to, oh, you know what would be fun? Oh, I'll have to see if I have some. I bet my husband does. I'm not going to tell you just yet. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to work on something. Let me see if I have it. Hold on. Hold on. Here. Let's see. Okay, wouldn't this be fun? And I'm not going to go ahead and saw anything off because that would be way too much work. But look how fun if you put like a lug, if you put screws in there. Oh my gosh, that would be fun. I don't want to have to cut metal though. That would be fun to put some. And then if I drilled hole, I don't even know how to drill tin. If you put holes in the bottom, then you could put 4 screws on the corners. That would be so much fun. But I have another idea, so watch the page for pictures to come because I think I have a really fun idea that I want to try. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed tonight's demo, And I hope you're interested in the club because it really is a very fun shipment to get in the mail. You'll get it once a month. You get billed on the 5th of the month. And then shortly after that, it ships out. You should get it around the 15th, 16th, 17th. I got mine yesterday. Sorry I did not come live. I am still getting so tired by the end of the day. I just get worn out. So I feel pretty decent today. So that's why I am here with you. But I hope that this gives you some inspiration, and stay tuned for pictures. Give me a couple days because it sounds like this rust thing is going to take a few days. Let's see. First step, it says 12 hours for final dry. So if I get up, then that's pretty much the day. Step 2, you paint it with iron. Allow 60 to 90 minutes between coats and 90 minutes, for the final dry. Then you have to spray a rust activator, and then it starts to turn to rust. It says rust activator should be applied the same day as the iron paint. A real rust finish will appear. Interesting. Now I know we could do the whole, I could paint something on there and then dust it with some cinnamon, but we're going to do it the rust way. We're going to let this tin rust. Okay. So we're going to try this again, check back in a couple days, to